from the blue pill, elevated to a new wheel. Love don't pay bills, but it do kill. It's up in line, these words tried and true. Can I confide in you even though you hide the truth? Shit, at one point I was lying too, more like deflecting. Now I'm reflecting, what seemed like sweet heaven now feels like rejection. Say my prep talk start to sound like deep lectures. You get overwhelmed, now somehow I'm complex. Either it's broken hearts or what place should I fly next? Too many tears for this tough love, I guess it's too much. You did come in clutch when I acted in a rush. Down with most schemes I had for the green. Now it's packed bag, shooting out to the Cali scene. It's nothing with you, I just can't call what we got. No more broken heart promises scarred you more than what we got to show. Yeah. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just... I remember the attraction was like magnets. Now our paths seem stagnant. I'm talking, you listening, but we lacking in action. I'm trying different shit to learn myself. I'm doing different shit to earn my wealth. I could do this, but I don't mind help. I'll pursue this opportunity. I'm closer than I was before. I'll make the most out of this for show. Make my role and play it boldly. Eat or get ate like a snake. Black Mamba, Kobe. Over their heads, please you F.O. me. No matter where I land, I stand strong. Stretch 100 grand long. The struggle just showed me I am a trophy. A diamond in the dirt, still climbing if it hurts. Perfect timing when it works. Universe applying perks. Church, devil energy, it lurks. I put my higher self first. Now I know my self-worth. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just get to me. Certain shit just...
Salute, what's up? Welcome to the motherfucking show. You know who the hell it is. It's your uncle, T.O.P, back with Negro and motherfucking Tone, you a fool.
Hey, man. Hold up, man. You gonna stop calling me that shit. I let it go the last couple episodes, nigga. My name is Ro. Address me by my name, nigga.
Ro 2 times. Anyway.
You got enough of them Negroes.
That was the young homie Gamoli L. Joint called Certain Shit. And from here on out, I'm going to be featuring, underground artists. So if you got some fly shit and you want to play or hear your music played on my show, just hit my email with your MP3 and we'll get it cracking. Anyway, welcome back, folks. Welcome back, Negro. You ain't in your feelings, is you?
God damn. How many times you gonna call me that? God damn. You're getting old now. You got to come up with a new joke.
No, man. Old joke. Why fix it if it ain't broke? Anyway, welcome back. Glad that you was able to make it back for a second week. You didn't go on vacation and shit. Unauthorized vacation.
Hey, man.
Welcome back, Tone. Tone, the stalwart. This nigga actually is showing up on time now. I really appreciate it.
I always show up on time, brother.
CPT time, nigga.
No, brother. Anyway. This is like in between. This is like in the middle of CPT and WPT.
Oh man!
I live on Oreo time.
This nigga is Kang. This nigga is Kang the Conqueror, the time traveler. But it's all good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's been a real interesting week. A lot of things that happen in this world. Some things that happen in my personal life. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like you made it through the week safely. You back here with me, and so Ro, Tone, what you got interested for us? What's been going on? What's on your mind? What stood out to you this week? And good evening to Miss Misha Mack. Appreciate you for coming through.
Personal life wise, something I happened to just notice. I caught up with a lot of old friends recently. I just realized the power of like the people you hang around could really determine where you end up in life. Because a lot of them people doing the same stuff, hanging around the same people who doing the same stuff they was doing 15 years ago. And
That's interesting because I've experienced that in my own life. So I mean, I'm working on. I want to say like year number 5. I cut some people off who I concluded really weren't beneficial to my life, and as a matter of fact, quite possibly was a hindrance, and an intentional hindrance. And so, as difficult as it can sometimes be, you have to learn to let people go so that you are able to grow and elevate and evolve. Because just like Tone just pointed out, and I'm pretty sure he and I, and quite possibly Ro, are not the only folks who've ever experienced this in our lifetime. But what most of us, often don't realize is that everything has its season in life, and in your life in particular. Nothing except for the creator is a stalwart in any of our lives. So people are going to come, people are going to go. What you need, what you should take from the situation is what they have to offer. That's going to assist you in your journey. This life thing, man. It's a one man journey. You really, your life life is really, a one person thing. Oftentimes, I don't think a lot of us like to admit that how alone we are. You know what I'm saying? And we fill the void by being extroverted and always having to go out and be amongst people and do things. To fill that void, the void of understanding that ultimately, your life is your own, and you really living it by yourself.
exactly.
Well,
And what's
what you
crazy
think,
is
bro?
it reminded me of this this documentary I saw about Jay-Z, but Jay-Z had nothing to do with it. And it was like people like Jazz O and like businessmen that he ran into across his lifetime. And they discussed like how, they brought him in, he learned from them and then ended up taking it and doing something else with it. But the way they was telling it was like he stole from them or like he did something wrong, but all he did was learn something and level himself up. And you upset he didn't take you with him, but like you still doing what you doing now. You were not in the process of progressing forward, and he chose to pick to elevate himself than to stay stuck with you in that same level. That's how I looked
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, I could dig it. I kind of understand where Jazzo and whomever else uh was participating could quite possibly have felt, at least some inkling of what they were saying, because I've had situations like that on both ends, where I felt like, oh man, I contributed to this motherfucker's upcoming without, intentionally and contributing to this motherfucker's upcoming. And I can't even get a motherfucking shout out for the shit that you got from me that I hear coming out your mouth that I know you heard from me. So I can understand that. And at the same time, I can also understand, you know, that maybe those guys wasn't in a position or they wasn't ready, to elevate to where Jay-Z was trying to get to. So I can
Look
understand
at Dame
both
Dash.
both sides of the argument.
Dame Dash still on the same shit he was on before. He's still that same overly asshole. Like I can't do this, I can't do that. And he in the same spot he was in back when they was wearing Rockefeller chain.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for us Negroes, um, because of our historical experience here, we have a very difficult time cooperating with each other. For an extended period of time. That, in other words, we don't often work together successfully, and it's usually
Yeah, but
it's
that's
and the endeavor is usually a bullshit endeavor. So, like, even though music is important, it's really, in the grand scheme of things, irrelevant. It's not as important as a bridge or a road or a source of water. You understand what I'm saying?
right, right. But Jay Z realized that and started moving to other things.
Hmm.
Dame is still on the same shit. And that'd be the
Uh,
problem with a lot of people. Like, is a lot of reason too that stuff don't work out sadly with black people. And I know where the blame is gonna go, but I'm just telling you what it is that one person is stuck on one mindset and the other person is on another mindset above that, and they can't seem to work because they don't have a same vision. Because like the reason like why like Mexicans and white people and all these other races work is because they all have somewhat of the same similar vision of where they want to go in life or where they want to take something. Black people, ours is just kind of like we just sometimes we get to toss the shit at the wall and see what happens, and
yeah,
that's a habit
indeed,
that's hurt us. That's a habit that's hurt us more than it has helped.
indeed. I agree. Like, with white folks, for example, I would say that most white folks generally don't have anything in common except for the fact that they agree that they all white and what that means. And so they all organize up under that banner. Whereas you'll hear black people say some shit like, well, black people are not monolithic. And so we have a tendency not to organize up under the banner of black.
Right.
And we have a tendency to fail to realize that white folks are not monolithic either, because you have some white folks that are Italians, some that are Greeks, some that are Polish,
Russian.
some that are German, etc., etc. So they're not monolithic either. It's one super group made up of little super groups. You understand what I'm saying? And we
Yep.
don't we don't take we don't take that page out of their playbook and make it useful for us. But I've said time and time again, if you have a problem in one area of your life, in all likelihood, you're going to have that very same problem somewhere else, or multiple somewhere else's in in your life. So I find that we as black guys had that very same problem when it come to dealing with women, which is what I was ultimately trying to get to. So, what else went on this week, Tom? I know you sent me a gang of goddamn DMs on Instagram. I know you be fucking my DMs. You be fucking my DMs
Hell
up.
yeah. I fuck up everybody's. Everybody's. And you know what happened?
Salute,
Whenever I post something, you see it immediately, don't
pretty
you?
much. Salute to the
You know
young
I am.
homie Cam.
I know what I'm
Glad
doing.
that glad that you made it. Sorry that you unfortunately have a sinus infection. Please get well soon. I hope it don't get any worse for you. I appreciate you for coming, bro. The people swearing it's the virus. Yeah, man. Be careful out there. You know, take care of yourself. You only get one life to live, man. You only get one opportunity to get it right or fuck it up. You know, that's what I always say anyway. So, this evening the topic is sex as a weapon, and women are professionals at using sex as a weapon. They they uh they deploy it in a myriad of ways. Most guys are oblivious, at least until they came to the internet and got exposed to the red pill shenanigans and the dating coaches, and have even heard testimony from or heard, direct statements from some women. And the reason why I brought it up or wanted to discuss it is because I've said before, and some of you may recall, some of you may not, that in my opinion, one of the best things that guys can do is learn from women. And what I mean by that is to learn from women some of the things that they do to us that we could do to them that's just as effective. So one of the ways that women often use sex as a weapon is just by getting dressed up and being sexy. And I'm pretty sure Ro, Tone, I just seen two sexy motherfuckers today. But at least some of the times, and Miss Misha Mack is here. She's a expert, being a woman and all. She should be able to co-sign this. But sometimes when women dress up and get sexy, they are going out with the express intention of getting attention from men to boost her self-esteem and her ego. And she has absolutely no intention on giving up any pussy. This is an example, probably one of the most common examples of how women use sex as a weapon. And
Yo, I think you cut out.
Yeah, he definitely went out.
Okay, for sure. I ain't tripping. You cut out, T.O.P.
Boy, internet, that hamster stopped running and his internet stopped. Yeah, feed your hamster, bro. That's fucked up.
Yeah, they got a fax machine as his Wi-Fi.
Right, exactly. Gotta wear the earbuds. Where you at, boy?
Now, what happened was his peoples picked up the phone because he still got dial up and they canceled out his internet.
Get off the phone! I'm doing my
I'm trying to do my homework. Get off the phone. I remember that shit, man.
That shit.
Yeah, man. But shit. Hey, but what you was talking about earlier until you come back, man, I wanted to throw something in. That's why when you get better at life, man, like you're gonna have to leave some people behind, man, because they not gonna understand you. I noticed that about myself too. You know what I'm saying? Once I started elevating, getting smarter, getting stronger, just getting more sharper at life. The people that you used to hang with that's used to you being weak, they gonna have some shit to say about that. They ain't gonna be feeling that because a lot of the times people cool as long as you below them, but once you start elevating,
you can be the punching bag.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta cut people off. Like ain't gotta be no beef, but sometimes you just gotta get your ass a whole new circle or just make it smaller. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna understand it. You try to go, if you've been a fat nigga your whole life, you start going to the gym and eating right. Niggas, I'm like, oh man. Yeah, he said he about to be right back up in here. But yeah, man,
Okay.
I definitely understand what you was talking about, man. Like you can't. So some people ain't gonna want you to elevate, just like the whole Nipsey Hussle situation or any rapper. If you're a goddamn rapper and you stop trying to be a gang member, somebody gonna have something to say about that shit. Oh, this nigga fake, man. Like, what do you think he doing? He ain't putting work in the hood. Whoa, 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 whoa. And it's just like it's hard for them to get out of that, or you got a big ass house now. Now you can't take them 300 niggas you gang banging with to your house no more. You know, you ain't gonna want to. I don't want 300 niggas at the house.
Facts.
I'm
I think
back,
it'd be
y'all.
because they
Technical
don't.
difficulties.
What was you
I
saying,
think it's
Tom?
because they don't see the same vision that the person be like. The person that's growing, they probably try to explain to them their vision, but they don't see it how they see it, so they think it's stupid.
Right.
And they feel like, why
Right.
would I put my time and energy into that dumb shit? And they don't go with it because they don't see it, and they're not going to see it. And that's why sometimes you gotta bounce to one, either just like be able to create it, or two, let them see it and they be like, oh, okay, I'm down now.
Right. Wait, T.O.P, you
Okay,
back?
I'm back. I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. I had some technical difficulties. The power flickered and it knocked my internet, my modem out. But I'm back, y'all. I'm
I
sorely out
told you
the
that
loop.
hamster died, bro.
You ate it. Hamster
This
burger,
sweet baby
having
Ray's
ass
barbecue sauce.
motherfucker, and some goddamn cheddar cheese, nigga. Uh,
Yes, sir, with bacon.
what were you guys talking about? Because before I think I was talking about sex as a weapon before I got dropped.
Nah, I was just throwing my 2 cents in on what Tone was talking about. You know, about friends and elevating and all that. Just just keep it going. But you can continue with
Oh.
the sex shit. I was just throwing my little 2 cents in.
Oh yeah, I was just explaining that. Basically, the point that I was trying to make is that most of the time, especially most of the time, women are using sex against dudes, and how they using sex against dudes is they use the fact that you want it against you. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So, like, Ro, remember we was kicking it, and I was explaining to you that when dealing with a female, she gotta want you more than you want her.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing applies to sex. You understand? And most dudes miss that. You understand? And it allows these women to use sex as a weapon against dudes. And the evidence is clear because you see them all online. They're trying to figure out how to talk to women, how to screw women, why women act like they do. And really, it's because they just responding to how guys are acting. And then, their own nature.
Right.
But have any of you guys ever been involved with a woman who used sex as a weapon against you in some way, shape, or form? And how did you respond to it? And salute to Golden Child. Long time no see, bro. How you doing? Salute to you, Nelly.
Well, shit, man. Shit. I mean, I think all men have experienced it at some point, but I know in relationships they will really, if you allow them, they'll use that shit against you. Like, oh, like if you do this for me, then we could have sex, or I've dealt with that time and time again, and I dealt with it like a straight up sucker. Like, okay, like if I'm on my best behavior, I'll get me some tonight. I know y'all be seeing the memes and all the husbands on the internet. Oh, if I look at me washing dishes and mopping the floor and cutting the grass, I might be able to get some tonight. Because women know, like, hey, he want this, and he gonna do whatever I say because he want this shit bad. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, when they go out, for example, like when I go to bars and stuff, I sit back and watch because I don't really drink. And when you're watching it from a sober eye, you could just see the manipulation. You could see the girls just like they dressed up all sexy. They going from section to section, drinking this nigga alcohol, drinking this nigga
They
alcohol. They
walk a
got
certain
another
way.
nigga buying them drink, another nigga buying them food, and then they hop in the Uber and they go to the nigga that they really like. They go home to that
Right.
nigga after they spend up all these other niggas' money. But they wouldn't be able to do it if they wasn't like on some like, using that sexy shit. That's how you get them, just like a strip
All you
club.
did was
They
get them.
go ahead, go ahead.
All you did
It's
was
it's
give them
almost like
confidence
a
to,
yeah. It's almost like
to go
it's
smash
almost
their
like
dude.
they be strip teasing niggas.
Yeah. And then you get him the confidence to go home and smash the nigga like how he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
another thing that I wanted to point out is a lot of times, we hear the word narcissist thrown around, and it's just my conclusion that everybody has some amount of narcissism. whether it's a little bit or a lot, you know. And I myself had to admit, you know, to myself that I had some narcissistic tendencies. You understand what I'm saying? But what I also came to, the conclusion I also came to is my narcissistic tendencies, especially when it comes to dealing with women, is how I go about protecting myself from a woman using sex as a weapon against me. And that's why you hear me say that guys should learn how to do to women what women do to guys. You know, the one who wants sex the most is the loser. It's just like it's just like if the guy want the girl more than the girl want the guy, then he's the loser in the situation. The same thing applies to sex, but guys don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's because we a little bit too fucking logical sometimes, and you know we tend to think of things happening like sequentially or mechanically, and you kind of can't think like that when you're dealing with women, especially when it comes to sex, because most times sex is not really about sex, it's about power.
Mm-hmm.
And when you allow a woman to use sex as a weapon against you and manipulate you, it means that she's the one who's got the power, not you. Which is why these women don't respect a lot of you guys. You know what I'm saying? They want to fuck just as much as you want to fuck, but they smart enough to know how to not show it to you. And you niggas ain't learned nothing from that.
But you also gotta be able to like when you dealing with them, read the signs. Let's say if you a nigga that floss money, you know, and she thought you was attractive before you start flossing money and showing off and shit. You know, she was gonna give it to you anyway, but the fact that you showing off this money, she like, oh, what if I hold it up against him? Then I can probably get more out of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he willing, so you know what? I ain't gonna fuck him tonight. I'm gonna make him take me on 45 dates. I'm gonna make him cash at me this and do this, and that. And now she done got your ass because you doing all that because you really want the pussy. That's why you over here doing all this flexing and flashing and all this other shit because you want it. And she knew you wanted it already, and she was gonna give it to you. But shit, they like shit. Hell, since you just giving away money, I might as well get what I can out of this motherfucker.
You
You
That's
know?
what
stupid not to. You just
with
giving it to anybody.
yeah, with withholding sex. Withholding sex is one of the most common ways that women use sex as a weapon against dudes. You know, so you'll hear chicks say some shit like see, I don't know how privy y'all be to, you know, the shit that women be saying amongst women. You know what I'm saying? Because most dudes ain't, you know, they ain't got the right mindset to be in the company of women to listen to them talk shit about dudes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure you guys may be familiar with women in relationships or marriages using sex as like a punishment. Like
Yep.
you know, Ro, you was just speaking on it earlier. You know what I'm saying? Where it's basically used as a reward or a punishment based on what you did or didn't do in
Yep.
service of her, and that's abuse.
Yep.
And
And
as
I
a
was doing
man,
shit I didn't want to do it too.
as a
Like, oh
as a man,
shit.
as a man, you should never, ever, ever allow yourself to be in that kind of a situation with
Man.
with a woman, especially because sexually speaking, she has to submit to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, because that was me. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was trash, you know what I'm saying? Doing shit I don't want to do because I'm like, shit, man, I need that. I need to get some pussy. So I'm gonna go do some shit I don't want to do. Now it's just like, man, I ain't doing nothing I don't want to do. I don't give a fuck. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't care. Nah, fuck that. You can keep your pussy. Like, if I don't want to do something, I ain't gonna do it. But most men, you know, at least we go through a phase of some people never get out of that shit, but most men is just gonna be like I don't know, like the videos, that shit don't be funny to me. Like, oh, if I do this, then my wife will give me some. Like that shit don't be funny to me. Maybe because that's because I've been through it before and I know how trash it is. But y'all gotta stop letting these fucking women bully you. Like she ain't the only one that got a pussy. Like you a good nigga. You go to work. You handle your business. You pay the bills. You do everything you supposed to do as a man. but then you gotta beg your girl for sex. Fuck out of here, man. That's
Right.
that hope. That's that sucker shit. Nah. Now if you
Most dudes
fuck
don't
up
realize
and
they
you
being
do some
pimped.
shit, yeah, then that's something different. Still don't beg for it. But if you just going to handle your business as a motherfucking man and you doing what you supposed to do, you doing what you need to do to hold the relationship up, she shouldn't be using that shit against you. That's why that shit's lame. I hate when them niggas do that punk ass shit. Cause then men grow up thinking that they supposed to
That's how I
bow
go.
down to them. Fuck that shit.
So like guys, I advocate that guys use sex as a weapon also, but not to be manipulative, more as a tool to correct incorrect behavior. So like shout
That's
out to King
manipulation. It's just good. It's persuasion.
Persuasion, manipulation. All of these words have a negative connotation, but they also have a positive connotation. Salute to the homie King Dre, because he's one person who I could say that I've heard mention what I'm about to say, and that is like when your woman is out of order, out of line, you don't have sex with her and reward her bad behavior. So that's in essence a way that you as a guy are or can use sex as a weapon, to to instruct your woman without actually having to verbally talk to her. Because that's another mistake that we as guys make when it comes to dealing with women. Is we always think that we could talk to them, when in reality we think totally different from the way women think, and oftentimes the lines of communication are not openly understood by each side. And so you have to learn how to teach through behavior. And again, you have to learn to do to women what they do to you. So when your woman is out of order, you have to withhold sex from her, because you can't reward her with sex for misbehaving. And a lot of guys make this mistake. And then y'all wonder why these women be out here talking out the side of their goddamn face to you like they do. Because some goofy ass nigga, you understand what I'm saying, did not teach this bitch correctly.
But you think about it, the OGs like your age, what did they? I know for sure. Tone probably know for sure. Like, what did they teach us? They was just like, okay, you ask an
They
old
preach the
head for,
bullshit.
hey man, like man, when your girl getting out of line, you go fuck the shit out of her. Like that was a punishment. But when you get older, you like, hey man, she wanted you to do that. That's not a fucking punishment to her.
Right.
But they made it seem like, oh shit, if you just fuck the shit out of her, then man, she gonna get her act right. Yeah, she might submit to you sexually for about 38 seconds, but once y'all finish, she's still gonna be on the fucking bullshit, bro. That shit don't fucking matter. But that's what the OGs taught most niggas. Like, oh, my girl acting up, I gotta punish her by fucking the
Oh
shit out
yeah.
of her.
Oh,
That ain't no fucking
she done.
punishment.
She's saying no because you're
That's,
not acting right, brother. You gotta buy flowers. You gotta get diamonds. Do this. Do all that. Like, that's the
yeah.
shit the old his age was telling.
It's
Yeah.
like really, to be perfectly honest with you, it sound kind of fucked up, but to some extent, as a guy, you have to exhibit some narcissistic traits when it comes to sex. You understand what I'm saying? In order to teach your chick without actually without verbalizing to her what it is that you want her to do. You
Right.
know,
But you
so
also shit, fuck sex. You take away that attention from her ass. That's what really get them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tune them motherfuckers out. That eat them alive. That silence, that's what they eat them alive. You know what I'm saying? Because they thrive in the drama and this dysfunction. And if you not like feeding it back to them, then they don't know how to fucking operate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying attention to you. Like, man, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like you, I don't know. It sounds kind of fucked up, but you gotta have that kind of mentality. Like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm gonna keep doing me. Oh, you didn't do this. Oh well, so what? I didn't do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to keep doing what I'm
Ro,
doing.
you a fucking narcissist.
Hey, bro.
Salute to the homie Trav in the building. No doubt, absolutely, as a reward system. as a reward system. That is what I'm advocating here. I'm not advocating that you use sex as a weapon to go out and be abusive, because then you won't be any better than the women that you complain about, which would make you a woman that look like a man. Anyway, Trav said I had cats making fun of me saying I don't do that. Yeah, it's a lot of things that guys don't do that if they did do, they have much better results dealing with women, in my estimation. But who am I?
And
I
that's why
don't
you
know
stop
nothing.
hanging with them.
Shit,
That's why
I
you
don't
stop
hang.
hanging.
I don't hang at all. I ain't trying to hang from no trees. I ain't trying to hang out. I ain't trying to hang low. None of that shit. I try not to use that word too much in my vocabulary. Anyway.
But you see how you lay out the logic, and if the person don't, if you can lay out the logic logically, obviously, where it makes sense. It made sense to us just now. Him saying what he said, what all we saying makes sense to us. If it don't make sense to the person you're talking to, 9 times out of 10, they just ain't gonna get it.
Mm. Any, any also, um, a quote by Mr. Gunnar Myrdal, taken from his work, An American Dilemma, the Negro Problem and Modern Democracy, and quote Mr. Myrdal he said, "Sex is the principle around which the whole structure of segregation is organized." And I'm going to replace that word segregation with the system of racism, white supremacy, because it's actually more accurate, because segregation is not really an accurate term. I mean, how far away from somebody do you have to be to determine whether or not you're segregated? Which is why it's an inaccurate term, especially when white folks use it when they should be using the correct term, which is racism, white supremacy. So, to restate the quote again more accurately, sex is the principle around which the whole structure of the system of racism, white supremacy is organized. Now, what a lot of you black folks don't know is that in the corporate world, anyway, I know a lot of you motherfuckers don't know nothing about that. I ain't mad at you. But in the corporate world, and generally in business, it is highly discouraged for more powerful people to fraternize sexually with less powerful people. For example, generally, the boss, the manager, or the CEO is discouraged from fraternizing with the secretary. Why is this so? Because it's an inherently exploitative relationship because of the difference in power dynamics between the secretary and the CEO. Well, this same dynamic is present between black people and white people. It's quite obvious that white people have more power than black people. Therefore, more powerful people should not be having sex with less powerful people, because it's an inherently exploitative situation and or relationship. Now, you may agree or you may not agree, but what you can't argue with is the quote of Mr. Gunnar Myrdal, because he is a white man, now deceased, and he would know, speaking as a white man, how the system of racism is organized and how it operates. That to say, I don't give a fuck what none of you niggas say. When white folks give up information, even if it's not 100% accurate, but when they give up valuable information about how their system works, I'm all ears, because that's how it's going to be taken down, is knowing how it's put together. All this to say that I don't advocate. I personally don't have sexual intimate relations with white women, because I've determined that it's
Top
very,
pimping.
very, very, very dangerous. And I would also like to add that the two most powerful human motivators is violence and sex. And if you can confuse and or impress someone in those two regards, you can have power and dominion over them. This is something else that guys don't recognize and or realize in regards to dealing with other groups of people, specifically white folks, and or dealing with women. See, so part of you being dominant as a man is having more control sexually over yourself than the woman does. And this is why I was adamantly disagreeing with King Dre um, when he said that he didn't agree with uh, a woman having to like the man more than the man likes her. I don't necessarily agree with they will be liking each other equally because that kind of sounds like 50-50 to me. And just from my personal experience, um, it's I have not ever known any better situations than when the woman liked the man more than the man liked her.
That's
What do you
facts.
what are you guys' thoughts? What do you think, Ro, Tone?
Oh shit. I'm the same. I ain't gonna lie. The best experiences I had with women was when they liked me more. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about my relationships when I was all on them trying to be Mr. Right and do all this other shit that was treating me like a sucker. But when I cared a little less, not saying that I didn't care about the girl, like, I care about everybody I fuck with, but it's just like shit. When I'm just like shit, I don't give a fuck if you stay or if you go. Like, I mean, I want you to stay, but if you go, then hey, I'm not gonna sit up here and cry about it. When I had that type of energy, like you damn near gotta fucking make them leave. Like they gonna keep coming back, and they gonna do what you need them to do. Like the money I spend, the women I spend the less money on, they've treated me the best. Like you know what I'm saying. But the ones that I'm going all out, killing myself for, them be the ones that take advantage of that shit. But the other ones, they buy me shit and take me on dates and do all this other shit. And for a while, I was like, damn, like I'm fucking confused. Like, what I'm supposed to be doing nothing my whole life? Cause shit, like this how I'm supposed to act. But as a man, you supposed to act like that, man. Don't fucking beg nobody to stay. If you want to be here, you can be here. If you don't, then I will gladly just be by myself. It ain't even about getting another chick. I will be by myself and take myself on dates and to the movies and all this other shit because I don't mind looking at the man in the fucking mirror. Like I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even have to make it about getting another female. Just make everything about you. Like I'm cool with just being solo. I'd have been solo for 6 months at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't tripping. So I ain't no, I'm not tripping if you leave. Like I don't want you to leave. I'm not trying to act like I'm the hardest nigga on earth, but if you do leave, that just means you don't want me anyway. So why would I want somebody that don't want me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but you see a lot of guys. I've seen a lot of guys, a lot of evidence from guys that they do shit 180 degrees opposite from what you was just describing. And in my own personal experience, it's always been like that for me. I mean, I can remember shit back when I was 11 and 12 years old. I've always I'm used to girls giving me shit. It could be pussy, it could be money, it could be their time. They just want to help a nigga out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm used to women treating me like that. Now, I ain't gonna say that it happens with every woman. I know how to read the ones who I know I can possibly make it happen with. Because my mama gave me that little nugget of game when I was a young man. You understand? She told me. She said, Kareem, whenever you see a girl that you like, ask her for something. I don't care if it's a piece of gum. If she give it to you, you can get any goddamn thing she got.
See,
Cause,
not
cause women are extremely selfish. They want shit from you. not too many women really are trying to give anything to you.
Shit, not to cut you off, but I just wanted to throw this in there. See how you was taught? Your mama said when a woman like you ask her for something. My mama said when you like a woman, you give her everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's just being raised differently.
Your
I
mama
just
the
want to throw that
enemy.
in there. I just want most people get taught like that though, bro. Like it's not
Yeah.
normal for. That's how most people get taught. Most people don't get taught what you got taught, Top. They get taught like, hey, you see a girl you like, you be consistent, you buy her flowers, you give her candy, you do this. You don't never ask no woman for nothing. Like that's damn near a sin. Like, you a loser if you ask a woman for some money or some gum or candy. Like, be a man, get it on your own, and then give her everything.
Listen, let's take what you just said, because that's very common. That motherfuckers think that as a man, if you ask a woman for something, that makes you a loser, right? Now, as logical as men are, why we don't flip that and say, well, wait a minute, all these bitches always got their hands out. They losers. I'm better than you, bitch.
Because our mamas told us that they was better than us.
I'm better than you, bitch. Give it to me because I need it.
That makes sense, but shit.
I mean, it makes sense to
got their
me.
pops there and trying to correct that. It look even worse, and then you end up like a lot of people who don't got their pops is getting bred to not like their pops and everything he stood for, and so you start being more accepting to like the stuff that like your mama instilling you with stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Shit, even with the
So
pops, like shit, I had my pops, and my pops was more like, a lot of pops are do whatever your mama say. Oh shit, if your mama said it, then it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how a lot of that shit go down. So you brainwash, you lose it from the start because that's what you taught. You know what I'm saying? I'll be surprised when a bitch buy me something. Like what? Oh my god! Like women actually do this. When I first had somebody buy something or take me out, like
I'll
oh
be
shit.
ready to curse the bitch out, kick her out the car. Like, bitch, you ain't spent a dime. What the fuck is wrong with you? You ain't got no home training. I'm just bullshit. I don't treat women bad, man. I actually treat women very, very well, especially when I like them. But 99% of these bitches, I pay them absolutely no attention whatsoever until they start paying me some attention first. And you know, they could be subtle about it. They ain't got to be all obvious. I'm cool with that. But you ain't get ready to goddamn play me and use your sex as a motherfucking weapon against me, because, bitch, I don't need your pussy. Matter of fact, go sell it. Bring me some money. Put a smile on the nigga face. Anyway, anything you guys would like to add? Any other examples? You know, it don't necessarily have to be about you, but any other examples where, you know, you could point out where women have used sex as a weapon, and or any other examples that you could think of where guys can utilize sex as a weapon, but for good. We're not advocating that you niggas do no dumb shit. This is grown up talk. This is not little boy talk. Roll tone.
I mean, shit.
Don't speak. Don't everybody speak at once now.
Shit, go ahead, Tom. You got it.
All right. I was just gonna say. I mean, I would say knowing what you're doing, because the difference. See, a lot of dudes go out here and they do all this stuff to learn all this pickup crap, and then they actually get the girl, and then they make a fool of themselves. And then what they've ended up doing was that girl is gonna tell all her friends, and her friends is gonna tell their friends that you out here trash, trash beats out here. So for starters, know what you're doing, because that's how they be getting these dudes. They get a dude and they be like, "Oh my god, I ain't never in my life had nothing like that before," and that's how you be caught up. Now, how you can use that for good, I'm gonna pass that to Rope. I'll just
This nigga.
Yeah, come on, drop some jewels, you old nice guy ass motherfucker.
Fuck you. Nah, but I mean, shit. Let's be real, man. This is why most relationships happen. It's because of sex and manipulation. Because the man is usually like, all right, if I make this girl my girlfriend, or if I fucking make her my wife, I'm never gonna have to chase pussy again. But that is so far from the truth. Because when you get in relationships, god damn it, in marriage, seem like niggas be chasing pussy more when they're in relationships than they. And I'm talking about from their own girl than they do when they fucking single. But when you first meet the chick, she putting it on you. She like, oh yeah, like yeah, you this yours right here. And you like, shit, man, I can have this shit every fucking day. Shit. I don't even need to go outside. And as soon as they get your ass, you notice the sex slow down. And most niggas that you hear talk about marriages and relationships, they all got the same damn story. Like, oh man, she used to put it on me when we first got together, but then like after a few years, she don't really give me none no more. That's because they manipulate, like the topic. They manipulated your
She
ass with
she might
sex.
Right.
she might be a narcissist.
Yeah. And that's why I say if you know what you're doing, you can run into somebody like that and that'd be like, oh, that's basic to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you this, Frank. This is all from direct personal experience because like I admitted in the earlier part of the show, I do recognize that I'm not a full narcissist because I generally don't. I have a tendency to abuse people, but I do recognize that I have some narcissistic traits. And how I came to this conclusion was that I noticed, in my dealings with females that I was able to get a lot of one night stands and I was able to get a lot of sex within a week. And I'm pretty good at it if I may, give myself a pat on the back. But those two things right there made me realize that I had some narcissistic traits because most guys don't have enough narcissism about them to accomplish those things with women. Not only that, but a lot of dudes are judgmental as hell when it comes to women and sex. You know what I'm saying? You can get a lot out of a woman, understand, by not trying to shame her for being a sexual being.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what the fuck it is. Your mama is a hoe, nigga. I'm telling you, she fuck more niggas than just your daddy.
Hey man, stop talking about my mama, nigga.
She just ain't never disclosed
How you think she
that
fought your daddy?
she just ain't disclosed that she was sucking Rick James' dick on the tour bus in the '80s, nigga.
You killing me, man. Stop talking about my mama, G. My mama
Roll,
only love
That
roll
one
me.
my
didn't. That
roll
one didn't
roll.
count.
No disrespect, Ro, but your mama middle name
That
is
don't count.
Backshot.
Oh, I'm scarred for life. I got here by a stork. My mama didn't fuck nobody. Fuck you talking
Ah,
about?
you a miraculous, you a immaculate conception ass nigga. Ro was born out of an egg.
Hell
That
yeah,
nigga,
that's how I want to look at
that
it.
nigga
Nigga ain't
wasn't
trying to
even
think of my
born. That
mama
nigga
with
was
no back
hatched.
shot, nigga.
That nigga was hatched like a Pokemon, same size too.
Right, I was
Fuck
gonna say
you,
that
nigga.
was that. That's a joke. That was my joke.
Oh man, so true indeed. Nelly said you need more game, even more when you're in a relationship, and a lot of people don't understand why this is. Why you need more game in a relationship or a marriage is because you
You
dealing
are
with the
constantly
same
around this
person.
person.
You dealing with the same person. You gonna spend a lot of time around them, right? And the same game that it took to get her is the same game it's going to take for you to keep her interest up and to keep her wanting to be around you. I told you niggas when I made the video about choosing. One of the biggest choosing signals is the bitch keep choosing you. It can't get no more. It can't get no more obvious than that. And how you know she choosing you all the time? She's still there. She ain't went nowhere. See, y'all niggas make this shit way harder than it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you motherfuckers are angry because you didn't know. And I understand because don't nobody like to be made a fool of. A lot of you niggas you now know that you're fools. It's very unfortunate.
Do something about it.
You know, exactly. Do something about it. Not cry about bitches. Because really, your problem ain't with these women. Your problem is with the person who incentivizes them. But that's a conversation that niggas don't want to have.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get out of here, man, because we about to hit that hour mark, I got to get up early in the morning, go make the donuts. I really don't make donuts. I love donuts. I have to stay away from them because they'll make me a fat motherfucker. But any last words, final thoughts? Make sure you plug your social media so the people can come follow and fellowship with you fellas.
Oh shit! If you let her use sex against you, you lost. And I'm telling you, coming from experience, 5-year relationships, a couple of them, like you can't let that bother you. Even if you at your maximum horniness, whatever you want to call it. If she doing some shit you ain't like, fuck that shit. Like you gotta talk to her like she ain't even got no damn pussy. Like, cause otherwise she gonna abuse your ass. She gonna dangle that shit up over your head, and it's gonna drive you crazy. Especially because, for example, when you're in relationships, you're around this person like damn near every day. Y'all living together, y'all married. So from personal experiences, like when I'm around somebody every day, I'll be thinking about sex more. Right? Why? Because it's like right in my face. But when I'm single, just doing my shit, I think about it less because I'm just like shit. I'm doing other shit, worried about other shit. But when that shit just like right in your damn face every day, you gonna want it more, and she gonna know you want it more. She gonna take advantage of
That's
you. I
that's
don't give
that's
a
why she
damn
wearing the
who
long
she is.
t-shirt with no pants on. That's why she walk around with the slippers on, with the nails just did for no reason, just to
Mm-hmm.
be in the house.
And
Mm-hmm.
don't get intimidated, when your lady friend initiate the sex act. Cause really, on the DL, a lot of you motherfuckers are scary as hell. You know what I'm saying? You really scared of these female sexuality, and you jealous because you can't fuck like women can fuck. You know what I'm saying? You want to call them hoes and all kinds of derogatory names, without putting the shit in context. When in reality, a lot of you motherfuckers is just mad because you can't whip your dick out, and the motherfucker you have 30 bitches with their hands up ready to give you some like these women can do. That's another aspect of why dudes act like they act, in my opinion. Anyway, I could be wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. um Again, using sex as a weapon is not necessarily a bad thing. Like my parents told me coming up, it's not what you do, it's how you do what you do that makes all of the difference. um Incidentally, like I was just saying, one of the ways that you can use sex as a weapon is by using it as a reward for good behavior. And one example I just alluded to was when your woman initiates sex with you. Because really, when you meet a woman and you put that goddamn thigh on her motherfucking ass correctly, she gonna want to fuck you, and she will initiate the sex act without waiting for you. I don't know about you niggas, but I done been dead sleeping and woke up with my dick in bitch's mouth plenty of goddamn time. And I don't think that there's anything super remarkable about me that I don't see in any of you other guys. It's just that you ain't been able to tap into, your inner self, your real self. You scary, and you scary, and you too worried about what other motherfuckers gonna think about you. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what you
And that
think.
and that
I
just
don't give
comes
a shit about what I think. And if that make me a narcissist, so fucking be it.
and most of that shit come from you not fucking with women that actually like you. You want to fuck with the women that your homeboys like. That's the problem right there. We all got that chick, that little ugly chick that we used to like. That's funny, got good pussy, got good head. She do everything we like. but we don't really fuck with her like that because we know the homies gonna clown. Fuck the homies, nigga. If she treat you right, if she a little wombat, you fuck with her ass because you ain't gonna have no complaints. But you rather go get the girl that you really like.
This nigga said a wombat.
Hey man, fuck with your little wombat, man. If she gonna treat you right, fuck it, nigga. I support you. I ain't gonna clown you. And if you clown a nigga because he fuck with ugly chick, you a suck ass nigga too. Because if he treating him right, then fuck it, nigga. I'm happy for you, man. Tone was talking about watching you
angry. She offered him some. He go,
right. I'm gonna say it to you niggas again. This is true for all women. There is something physically fucked up about them all. One thing that's very common is the most obvious. The only ones who you ain't gonna see it on is the bitches who done got their titties done. But just pay attention. Just look at titties. Don't be oogling and shit. Just look at them and verify that what T.O.P is telling you is the motherfucking truth. All bitches got one titty that's bigger than the other. That alone should let you know that this bitch don't belong on no pedestal higher than yours. What, bitch?
Big ass forehead.
Shut up with your big little titties.
I fucked Tone girl. She got a little arm. She looked like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That bitch a gripper though. It's a gripper though.
Gripping and ripping.
Exactly, bro. It's like cocking that motherfucker like a shotgun.
Tone girl is that little Spanish, little Mexican girl that climbed down the balcony with assistants on my Instagram page. Anyway, give out your social media, guys, so we can wrap this shit up and get on out of here, man.
Shit, at Row 2 Times. That's where you find me at on Instagram. And right here every Monday, sometimes.
Tone.
Right, sometimes. Shit, you can follow me at Tone Your Fool on Instagram. And right here every Monday, right on time. You feel
I know that's right. You're always showing up like a nigga. Anyway, go check out my motherfucking video.
The Lord said he won't show up when you want him to. He there when you need him to. But always
I know that's right, Lord Sear size ass motherfucker. Anyway, check out my video that I did with the homegirl Juicy. It's called Reverse the Game, Letter B, Sexual Discipline. You can hear it straight from a female's mouth. She'll tell you the same shit that I'm telling you. So you ain't got to take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure that a woman's word may hold a little bit more weight because you niggas is goofy anyway. You got to wait for a bitch to tell you before you believe it's true. Anyway, thank all y'all for coming. Show some love. Hit the motherfucking like button. Leave a comment. Recommend a friend. And you better hide your aunties, nigga, because summertime is coming up and them summer dresses do come out. And I like my bitches in summer dresses with no panties. Easy access.
And deformed titties.
You would know, nigga. You would know, nigga. Salute to y'all, man. This is a track from my homie. Wow. I hope y'all appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. Until next motherfucking week. Peace, nigga.
Peace.
Peace.